Does the Darwinist dictatorship exert pressure on the scientific world? Have you ever met with such pressure?
The modern sociological state that exists in the scientific community is one where materialism is preeminent. Materialism is really the view that is the accepted view of our time. And materialism, in the older days, in maybe a few centuries ago, the obvious question was, well, what about life? How could you explain life with matter? And that was always a difficult one because you could clearly see so many signs of design. But since Darwin, there has been this sense as if the Darwinian explanation really is the answer we needed. As Richard Dawkins famously said, Darwin made it possible to be an intellectually fulfilled atheist. The reality, though, is that the atheists shouldn't be so quickly fulfilled. They should not feel so fulfilled intellectually with Darwinism. There is deep questions that Darwinism completely left unanswered. In Darwin's day, the whole question of the fundamental nature of biology was reduced to that of chemistry. Darwin said, if we can just imagine in some pond with phosphors and other chemicals, somehow these in a fortuitous way got together, we can then maybe imagine the origin of life. He left the origin of life pretty much unanswered. He thought somebody would figure it out. Well, we've had 160 years to do that. And what the answer is that life is fantastically more complicated, not just chemically, but there are essentially in life, there are other things going on. Life is characterized not just by chemistry, it's characterized by information. And not just by information, it's characterized by organization. And organization has very specific mathematical, technical meaning. And the meaning is that at least one simple, good way of saying it is that life, as an organized entity, consists of components with functions. The components are interacting in their functions with each other at direct levels and indirect levels, so that a cell is a fantastically complicated machine. And it has shows every sign of being engineered, because nothing that we know in our experience gives organization and information. There is nothing in the laws of physics that produce organization and information. A typical physicist will tell you that organization is a state of low entropy. But in fact, entropy is a very corollary, weak measure of information. It's sort of an ancillary measure of information. It is a measure, but it doesn't capture organization and function.